Hi guys, I want to encourage us today about trusting in God but also being encouraged by through faith. The best encouragement for us for faith is the creation story. Um, I think a few weeks ago, I was thinking how God created the world, the earth, and everything, and formed everything into being, but created man as the last. We were the last to be created before God rested. And I was thinking that this is the perfect encouragement for having faith, because if we were created as the first thing on God's list, like we were the first creation, and then we saw God working his way through the sixth day, like forming the earth, the water, the land, the animals, I think we will try to figure out things and try to be busy. We're already too busy in the world as human beings. But I think the beauty of God creating us last was so that we can rest in everything that He's already done. So my encouragement today is that faith is also believing that God can do it. And that's the best worship that we can give back to God, is having faith that He's already done it and we can rest in that. In Hebrews 11:6 says, "But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For whoever comes to God must believe that God exists and that He rewards those who earnestly and diligently seek Him." We're already heading to April. We had so many resolutions and plans for this year, many of us. I had plans of my own. It's March, but some of them have not even started, or some of them I'm struggling to achieve. But I think we have so many goals and ambitions. We want to move from the next goal to the next one to make it happen. But I want to link our goals and everything on our list to creation. God created everything one by one, and then it was like one, and then it was good, and then the next one, and then it was good. He did not do everything in one at once. In all His power and sovereignty, He did not just create everything at once. He took time. So we have a God-given purpose, every one of us. Even in the moments you feel like you don't have a purpose, you have a purpose. And so on top of the purpose that God has given you, or the one that you feel called to, you have your own drive. We are not, but we, even on top of having our own drive and ambition, let us remember that we are not called to fulfill it all at once, like all in the first quarter of 2022. It's good to challenge ourselves and see that, okay, by this short-term goal, I want to achieve this and this, but we are not called to run the race and complete everything, like, force everything into one time or one season. Okay, there are things, don't get mixed up. There are things that God has given you a season to do it, and then sometimes we procrastinate, but this is not the focus of that. This is like us trying to do everything in once, at one go. So we're busy constantly pursuing, we move from one lounge to the next one without really finishing one thing, finishing one goal, finishing one assignment, and then sitting back, evaluating how it went, giving thanks to God for actually letting you or helping you achieve it before you plan the next move. So we constantly moving from one lounge to the other, from one project to the next one, whether it's personal things or whatever it is, whatever God has called you to do, or whatever place you are at, without really processing. We are not taking time to process what just happened, what season just happened, and what did I learn from it, what went wrong, what can I learn from it, and what can I take to the next ambition or resolution that I have. We don't take time to take count what happened in the previous journey, or what God just brought you through. And I think Joshua is the perfect example in Joshua 7, where Jericho has just been given to them, and Joshua doesn't go back to God for instruction. So the title of what I thought this encouragement was, given to you without instruction. So whatever you're pursuing or whatever you want to do has already been given to you, but you don't have the instructions for it or the strategy for it. But because the previous one just happened to go well, you, without pursuing God or taking account of what just happened in the previous journey, you pursue the next one, thinking that with the same strategy and with the same instruction, you are going to actually conquer the next one. So Joshua did that. After Jericho, he went to Ai, the city of Ai. And he just sent men. First they went to spy, and then he sent men, and they were chased down, and they did not conquer the Ai. And then he cried out to God, but then he was given instruction, and God's strategy was, you pursue them this way, but they will not see you coming from the back. So it's a different strategy from Jericho, how they did it. And Joshua is the perfect example of just at the Battle of Ai, how he assumed that Ai would be given to them just the same Jericho was. They did not seek God for his plan and his strategy, and they were chased down. So our success or success in God is constantly is received through constantly seeking Him, diligently seeking Him, and then we will be rewarded. And reward is not how we assume reward is. Reward is more faith in Him, more trust in Him, an intimate relationship with Him. That's how God rewards us. He rewards us with that continuous presence of He in our lives. He walks with us, He walks in our lives. That's reward, how God rewards us. He's constantly present, and then He's glorified in our lives, so that when we walk, God is seen in how we live our lives. So I hope we can be still, rest, seek Him, and allow Him to work. He's given us, I think, God and the free will to pursue and to seek. He's actually blessed us with that, but in that He wants us to rest in what He's already done, because He can do so many things in our lives just by a wink or a twinkle in an eye or whatever it is. But He wants you to trust Him to be able to accomplish that through you, because we are vessels. He's not going to come down here, not now, but He's coming down through you and me. So we need to allow Him to work and allow Him to be glorified in our words, in our actions, pleasing Him with our faith, trusting that He's already done it, and we just have to rest in what He's already done. And we have to follow what He directs us. And Psalm 127, unless the Lord guards the city, it's not safe. We can go toiling the land the whole time, but unless He actually walks with us, we are doing it in vain. So we don't want to be rushing and pursuing and being tired while we are missing God's presence walking with us. So I pray that, all the purpose that we have, all the goals and the ambitions that God has given us, He's called us to be the heads and not the tails. He's called us to be conquerors and victorious in everything that we do. But I pray that we don't miss Him as we walk and as we pursue everything that He's already given to us. We just need to receive it, but it's already been given to us. And we need to rest that He's already given us. So I pray that I think our prayer should be like, we thank God for giving us the grace and to do what He has called us to do, and we pray that He helps us to pause and receive His strategy. Help me to do nothing in my ability. I depend fully on You. Help me to consistently seek You and to lean not in my own understanding. If His presence does not go with us, then we are not going. I think sometimes we're just like, God, just meet me as I go, meet me on the highway. But I think we need to really say, God, if I don't get Your opinion in this, if I don't feel Your presence going with me, then I'm not going. So it's still March, we are almost in April, but I pray that the next ambitions, the next goals, that we will take time to calm down, seek His strategy, and rest in the things, knowing that He's already accomplished or given us whatever we are pursuing, that He did not do it all at once. He took time, and He, got revelations or strength from the Father when he was doing everything. So God bless us as we seek, as we plan, as we try strategies, that we will sit back and listen from the plans that he has for us. Be blessed.